What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. So Social Security Social Security Administration just made a major change that is going to require millions of people to appear in person. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm going to give you the details here of that in this video. Also, with all these changes going on, will Social Security be made to go private? Will it be made to be a private administration? I'll give you the details here on what is being said about that as well in this video. And I'll show you guys all this here on the screen so you guys can see it and hear it for yourself. So let's jump right in. We are live right now here on the It's Jimmy YouTube show. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to smash that like button for me. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. You guys are amazing. Click the bell icon after you subscribe so you get notifications when we go live, and help me reach 500,000 subscribers. Yeah. All right, so take a look here. I got a couple different stories for you. Okay, Social Security will now be requiring in-office visits for millions of recipients and applicants. Another headline: Social Security Administration to require in-person identity checks for new and existing recipients. That's right. Here is the details. Take a look here. In an effort to limit fraudulent claims, the Social Security Administration will impose tighter identity proofing measures, which will require millions of recipients and applicants to visit agency field offices rather than interact with the agency over the phone. Beginning March 31st, people will no longer be able to verify their identity to the Social Security Administration, the SSA, over the phone, and those who cannot properly verify their identity over the agency's My Social Security online service will now be required to visit an agency field office in person to complete the verification process, agency leaderships have now announced. And I'll tell you why this is a major problem for several reasons. The change will now apply to new Social Security applicants and existing recipients who want to change their direct deposit information at any point in time. Retiree advocates warn that the change will negatively impact older Americans in rural areas, including those with disabilities, mobility limitations, those who live far from SSA offices, or who have limited internet access. Or think about people who maybe forget their password, can't log in, etc., have technical difficulties, all those things, right? The plan also comes as the agency plans to shutter dozens of Social Security offices throughout the country and has already laid out plans to lay off thousands of workers. You can already see the issues. Let me know down below in the comments. Say yes if you think this is a good idea, or no if you think this is a bad idea. Type that in the chat right now. Yes, good idea. No, bad idea. In addition to the identity verification change, the agency announced that it plans to expedite processing of recipients' direct deposit change requests, both in person and online, to 1 business day. Previously, online direct deposit changes were held for 30 days. Social Security Administration is losing over $100 million a year in direct deposit fraud, said Leland Dudek, the agency's acting commissioner, said on an evening call with reporters, his first call with the media. God bless him. This is not, yeah, tough job. Social Security can better protect Americans while expediting the service. He said, a problem with eliminating fraudulent claims is that the information that we use through knowledge-based authentication is already in the public domain. This is a common sense measure. More than 72.5 million people, including retirees and children, receive retirement and disability benefits through the Social Security Administration. Connecticut Representative John Larson, a top Democrat on the House Ways and Means Social Security Subcommittee, said in a statement that, quote, by requiring seniors and disabled Americans to enroll online or in person at the same field offices that they are trying to close, rather than over the phone, Trump and Musk are trying to create chaos and inefficiencies at SSA so that they can privatize the system. That's a quote from Representative John Larson, who's been trying to work on Social Security and actually introduced the Social Security, a couple different Social Security bills to increase Social Security over the years. The DOGE website says that leases for 47 Social Security field offices across the country, including in Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Kentucky, and North Carolina, have been or will be ended. Says it right on the DOGE website. However, DUDEC downplayed the impacts of its offices shuttering, saying many were small remote hearing sites that have served few members of the public. Let me know your thoughts on that. Many Americans have been concerned that the Social Security Administration closures and massive layoffs of federal workers, part of an effort by President Trump and Elon Musk's DOGE Department of Government Efficiency, to shrink the size of the federal government, will make getting benefits even more difficult. Musk has debunked theories about Social Security and described the federal benefit program as rife with fraud and called it a, quote, Ponzi scheme. You guys can actually look that up and hear him say that, suggesting the program will be a primary target in his crusade to reduce government spending. Voters have flooded town halls across the country to question Republican lawmakers about the Trump administration cuts, including its plans for the old age benefit program, Social Security. In addition to a group of labor unions last week sued and asked the federal court for an emergency order to stop DOGE from accessing the sensitive Social Security data for millions of Americans. Yeah, so you guys can let me know your thoughts on this. This comes as there's, a lot of Social Security offices where there's not enough people already working there, and, you see these lines out the doors, and, now, cutting workers at Social Security offices, shutting down offices completely, and now people will be required to go in there, as we just went over. Is this a good thing? Or will this prevent a lot of fraud? You have to, weigh it. You can look at it on look at a coin and you can see good and you can see bad. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I could argue either side. I could definitely argue either side. I could say this is a good thing. It prevents fraud. But on the other hand, you're going to have disabled seniors. You're going to have seniors that are old. You're going to they need to change their bank account and then they have to go in person, or literally don't have a car to drive. And you're going to have all those negative impacts. Now, in the headlines here, as Social Security faces an uncertain future, the debate on privatizing Social Security heats up again. The Trump administration plans to overhaul federal programs has prompted new focus on Social Security's future. Some experts say privatizing the Social Security program could help provide better returns. Others say that change could interfere with the safety and predictability of benefit payments. An idea that has been brought up before, privatizing the now public program, Social Security Administration, is getting new attention. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says he supports more individual ownership in Social Security. though he said he would not necessarily use the term privatizing because it has toxic connotation. Quote, the problem we have now, we have a plan called Social Security that doesn't grow with the economy, he said at the BlackRock Retirement Summit in Washington, D.C. Social Security is a pay-as-you-go system. Today's payroll tax contributions generally fund benefits for current retirees and other beneficiaries. Any leftover money that is not used to either pay benefits or fund the program's administration costs is put into the program's trust funds. According to the Social Security Administration, that money is invested into special treasury bonds that earn a market rate of interest and are guaranteed by the U.S. government, according to the agency. Privatizing the program could provide a way to invest money on behalf of individual workers that potentially earns a higher rate of return, according to supporters of the idea. If we create a plan that every American can grow with our economy, they're going to feel more attached to our economy. Representative John Larson said, quote, there's a lot of people out there in the private sector that say, if you give me $2.7 trillion and let me invest that, I can turn you a lot better, greater dividend around than the Treasury bill says. While investing more aggressively provides the possibility for better returns, it also opens up the risk of poor performances and loss. Larson's pointed out that in 2008, the stock market dropped along with many people's 401k plans, but yet Social Security never missed a payment. Americans now face a decision as to whether they want to capitalism or the government to guarantee their retirement. And here's a 200-year, a little bit over 200-year chart of total return of the S&P 500 versus bonds, which the S&P 500 didn't really exist back then, but this was a study basically of top stocks versus bonds of 200 years. And you can see that stocks significantly out-return bonds over the course of time. And it's hard to really tell the total returns here, but it looks like many, 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 many times higher over the course of time here that stocks are, I mean, it looks like thousands of times higher the stock return is. But again, you see that stocks have, a lot of bumps along the way. Bonds have a little bit of bumps along the way too. But again, everybody has a different opinion, but you can see that, there's kind of an idea. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here. Also, remember here that Medicare Advantage, Medicare Part D has open enrollment until the end of March. And even after that, our partner, Chapter Medicare, can help you find better plans with better benefits if you're on Medicare or any Medicare plan, or even if you need to get on Medicare. I'll put a phone number on the screen or on the pinned comment down below. You can click that and they can search through all Medicare plans for you guys or your loved ones. They can help you find better plans with better benefits, or they can get you potentially help you save a lot of money. And I've had a lot of people thank me for turning them on to that. So click that link down below or call that phone number if you haven't yet for Chapter Medicare. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. Click here to see the Fed's major announcement for millions of Americans. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you.